My name's Olivia, and Jesus Christ, the one true living God, met me in the middle of a witchcraft ritual. This is part 3 of my testimony. So I left off in the last video sharing with everyone that Jesus met me while I was doing witchcraft in the middle of a ritual. So if you haven't seen that, go back and listen to parts 1 and 2. Part 3 here is what happened afterwards. So this was August of 2021. I encountered Christ and he left me completely transformed, shaken, and changed. The black hole that sucked the life out of me, that was inside of my heart, was gone. It was filled. And now I was left questioning, what is this? What do I do next? Who is Jesus? And remember, at this time, I had been a New Ager for over 10 years. So I continued to do tarot. I continued to use crystals. I continued to do these things for a time. And it was about a month later that the Holy Spirit led me to a coffee shop here in the town that I live. At the time, I did not live in this town. I lived one town over. I live on a lake, and so I lived on the other side of the lake. But there's a coffee shop that's Christian owned. And one day, the Holy Spirit, I was out and about in this town, and the Holy Spirit dropped into my heart, go to this coffee shop. I didn't know this was the Holy Spirit, but I just knew I was driven to go to this coffee shop. So I went there. This day, I met a woman who changed my life. There was just something about her, and now I know it's because she was filled with the Holy Spirit. She is a faithful, strong, incredible woman of God. And the day I walked into that coffee shop and she took my order, I knew this woman has something that I need. So I continued to go into that coffee shop every week, and I would sit and I would order a coffee, and I would sit there with my tarot cards. And this woman would see me coming in week after week, and she began fasting and praying for me. After a few weeks of this, just in conversation, somehow Jesus came up, and I told her I had an encounter with Jesus Christ 1 month ago. And I began to tell her I had been seeking God and seeking fulfillment in Eastern mysticism, Native American spiritism, in tarot cards and crystals. I was seeking God in every corner of the world, and I could never find him. But I had this encounter with Jesus, and it had left me marked. That day, she prayed with me, and I would say officially led me to the Lord and began taking me to church with her. From that point on, I literally never looked back. I'm gonna make more videos about this in the future, but I was deep in the music festival community, specifically EDM. I live in Ohio, so Lost Lands, I lived for going to Lost Lands every year, and all these different music festivals that are basically giant satanic rituals that you're channeling demons and everyone's on psychedelics, and it's pure madness. It's literally like opening a portal to hell. I lived for this, and 1 month after I gave my life to the Lord, I had tickets for this music festival. And so I was still going. Again, I didn't know anything yet. I wasn't sanctified yet, right? So I went to this music festival, and I knew in my heart, this is the last time I'm ever going to be here. I still had fun. I was with my friends. I was sober. I was not doing any psychedelics or drinking at this point, but I knew this is the last time I'm ever coming into an environment like this. And when I came back from that encounter, I knew I have to be completely sold out for Jesus. So I lost all my friends. I lost my community. I started to throw out all of my witchcraft stuff piece by piece. The Holy Spirit began to reveal to me that these crystals, they're not for me. You don't need them. These tarot cards, they're not for me. You don't need them. These books on astrology and, spells and Native American spiritism and chakras, you don't need it. And piece by piece, he began to reveal to me, you just don't need these things. And that's one of the coolest parts of this story, in my opinion. No one was telling me, you need to stop doing this and you need to start doing this, or otherwise you're not a real Christian. Now, 110%, if the Holy Spirit leads us to tell someone, listen, I see this in your life, and that's not from the Lord, when you have that relationship and that speed of trust with them. But for me, I didn't yet. All that I had was this woman who took me under her wing and took me to church. And every time she wanted to come to me and say, Olivia, you really got to lay this down. You got to lay this down. The Holy Spirit would stop her and say, I got this. I'm going to tell her myself. And he did. He is so faithful. I know this is a longer video, so I hope you're hung in there with me. But my encouragement in this is the people that you are praying for, do not give up on them. Do not give up on them. Keep interceding. Keep getting on your face. Keep fasting for them. If the Lord leads us to say something to someone, then we must do it. But if the Lord is calling you to hold your tongue and just pray and just ask God to encounter them like he encountered me. Ask God to break their heart for what breaks his. Ask God to reveal to them light and dark, good and evil. The Lord is the Holy Spirit is the Spirit of truth. So my encouragement is that if he can do it for me, as the Apostle Paul says, I was an enemy of the cross. If he can do it for me, he can do it for anyone. So this is so amazing. Thank you all who are here supporting my videos and supporting my page. The Lord has led me to do this. I am not a TikTok user. I am a Facebook person. I'm kind of like old school, but the Lord has been telling me, you got to get on TikTok. And I see why. There's a massive community on here, and the support that I've been getting has been so awesome. So thank you all, and I'll catch you soon.